Welcome back, everybody, for another Nightworks art explorations in graphite, watercolor, and gouache. This is I guess you call it fantasy art, or you might just call it allegorical, or maybe it's just some sort of lame metaphor. I don't know. It's a pigeon, and I added some surreal, fantastical elements to the imagery. My friend said I should draw a pigeon because she's obsessed with pigeons, so I did this quick pigeon piece. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. This is just a fun little piece. I don't know how long it took me. An hour, maybe total, maybe 40 minutes. Just a fun works, trying some stuff. You know, it's at night. I don't, a lot of times I don't have a ongoing theme or body of work I'm just doing these individual works for fun and practice. And so I like doing animals. So I did this pigeon. We'll talk about how it could have been better, but one of my biggest issues is I just want to get things done, so I do things fast. And fast does not always yield the highest quality, but it yields something fast before I fall asleep. So that's the essence of these night work projects. Just fun, fast practice things. So here I am noodling in another bird in the background, putting in a nice sunset, right? The sun is setting upon the and I put in a bunch of pigeon-esque birds up top, kind of, I don't know, they kind of morphed into sort of crow shadows. Just noodling in a general essence of a Grim Reaper. The sun sets, the end of days. To me, birds often are good metaphors for the passing of time. I've used them a lot in past in work like that. Time is fleeting for sure. You don't really realize how fast it goes until you get older, but you just never know. One day you'll just check out. Hopefully not for a while, but you never know. So, pigeon, I don't remember the references from. It's a sort of generic pigeon, and I don't remember which kind, but the colorful kind. And so I'm starting with just some loose block-in watercolors. You can see I taped the paper to the very messy table that I work on. It's one of those plastic fold-out tables. It has like a weird texture. I probably should put something smoother underneath, but I didn't. So blocking in like the sky, and then I did the sun loosely, and I'm using this big brush. I think it's a number 8. Is that right? And then I'm chunking in things. I tend to get the watercolors too watery. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but if you use a lot of water with watercolor or gouache, I think this is a mixture of the two. A lot of water with those mediums gets splooshy, and you can't really control, and it bleeds out and it floofs all around, and you get this kind of messy look, which, I don't know, it's indicative of my life, so messy. So I'm trying to control it with maybe slightly less water to more pigment ratio, and just re-emphasizing some of the background. The birds are kind of blurry, fuzzy, and just working. Yeah, I think looking at it, this is gouache with some of the pans you see on the right side are also watercolor. I don't remember what. It's probably some sort of art sin, but whatever. But I like to work background to foreground. Hopefully I can cover up background issues with objects before it. So I like to build back to front. That's typically how I work on a lot of paintings. Now with watercolors and gouache, you have to leave the bright spots the lightest, and work. So you're working from, I guess, a light to dark, kind of opposite of oil or acrylic, where you can always add whites and brights on top. And you can't do that here. Even though there's a white gouache, it adds more like a translucent haze. I mean, you can get it to kind of go white if you just pull it right out of the tube. But if you add any water, it just kind of becomes sort of frosting, kind of hazy looking. So I'm trying to leave light areas light and build to dark. And I was really excited about getting into the Pigeon colors. He's got these weird little eyeballs, and he's kind of got those iridescent feathers. And I'm just playing with the wings. It's a fun little piece. I'm my own worst enemy, though. I could have spent way more time on this, but it's not like anybody cares. So then I'm going to tiny brushes for details. And with watercolor, I like using them. I'm not a master of the medium, but I like getting in there, and then I like building, and then I like the process of trying to clarify and save a piece, which is 99% of my work. I'm trying to fix something, so I don't know, just how it kind of turns out. So I've got the figure in the background. It should have been darker, but I was, I think, scared to go too dark. And then I don't mind him being smoky hazy because he's uncertainty. So I don't mind. He's got some wings. He's got his little sickle thing, scythe. He's just hanging out, looking at the pigeon. The pigeon could be you, maybe. Like you're the pigeon, and you're sitting there oblivious to what's coming because you're a stupid bird. I don't think pigeons are very smart, but they are friendly. At least they look friendly. I've been seeing more and more videos of people have them as pets. So I don't know, maybe they're nice. But they have those little orange eyes, little orange feet. Kind of fun. And I think at this point I got to go tiny brush and then darker and try and clarify and pull out work so the fuzzy softness of the watercolor is clarified with tight, smaller strokes. So bigger strokes, medium strokes, go to tight strokes, go light, and then try and add darker details. I think that's my process for watercolor and gouache. Is it correct? I don't know. Is it the way I do it? Yes. That's just how I do it. There's a pigeon. I don't know. I thought it came out pretty cool. And so for the 12 of you watching this, I hope you have learned a great deal about painting blurry birds, pigeons, and a fuzzy Grim Reaper, so that you too may go forth and make some fantasy art. Thank you for watching. I have another one coming up soon, and I'll be doing more of these. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.